All right, good morning, everyone. And how weird is that to say good morning? But it is. It's only 11 a.m. Thanks for joining us today on the Pioneer Sports Network. We have the Clarke University Pride coming in today to take on your Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers. Trying not to talk over the PA announcer. So Clarke University, if you happen to be watching, they are in the dark, looks like navy blue with white lettering uniforms. They're going to be on your right side. Pioneers wearing their whites today. White uniforms with red numbers on your left. Pioneers played just last night, beating Mount Mercy 3-0. So able to quickly take care of business last night. All right, we are ready to get underway. Well, false alarm. The official is still looking over the roster. Very official, very official. Okay. Such an anticlimactic start to the volleyball game. We're all hyped up, ready to go, and then we got to wait. Here we go. Daly is going to handle the serve for the Pioneers. We're ready to get underway. And now the officials scoop back the Pioneer subs. They were too close to the court. Okay. Daly sends it across. We're underway. Handled by the back line. First attempt. Ooh, Daly took a swing at it. Probably thought better of it. Looked like that shot was going to be long. So Smith is credited with a kill and a point to Clarke University. Okay, Cooksley with the serve. Southpaw. Taken by the Pioneers. They set wide outside. Played over. The Pride with their chance. They set 10. Pioneers have a chance here right at the net. Off of the Pride. And out of bounds it goes. So that's a kill for the Pioneers. Talbot not able to really pop that ball up. It went off her hands behind her. Out of bounds it went. Pioneer serve being handled by Calvert. Taken by the Pride. They're going to have a chance here. They set outside. Big swing. Blocked at the net piece, so the Pioneers are going to have another chance. They set wide. Blocked at the net. And the Pioneers are able to try and tip it over, but out of bounds it sails. It's going to be a point to the Pride. And now we have an equipment timeout. As the Clarke players were waving their arms trying to get the official to blow the whistle. Her shoelaces exploded. All right, now here we go. Pressgrove having a little equipment difficulty. Taken care of. Served by the Pride. Taken by the Pioneers. They're going to have a good chance here. Set center. Another one not handled clean by the Pride. Dossett gets the kill. Cooksley, it looked like she had time, got her hands underneath of it, but it went off the side and went out of bounds. No Pride were going to be able to chase that down. So the Pioneers now with the serve. Savannah Matthews lined up, sends it over. Deep serve, handled by the Pride. They set outside. Big swing, but blocked at the net by the Pioneers. Dossett got the block, and no one from the Pride could get underneath of it. Pioneers take the lead now, 3-2 here in the first set. Matthews serves it over. Set outside to the Pride. Blocked at the net by the Pioneers. They're in control. There's the set. Blocked. Oh, we've got a whistle blown. 4 hits by the Pioneers. So the ball back to the Pride. I didn't see it. I think it went off the net and hit a player. It did. Okay. I have confirmation. Again, sometimes this happens so fast, and my vantage point is way up here in the nosebleeds, so can't see everything. Serve across. Short serve. Pioneers get it. The spike is handled. Pride are going to have a chance. They set outside. Whistle was blown. A double hit. Or double contact, I guess, is the correct term. So double contact by the by the Pride. Ball to the Pioneers with the 4-3 lead. Roth with the serve. Sends it across. Taken by the back line of the Pride. They set outside. Big swing, and that's a kill shot. Megan Pressgrove had a great swing on it. Able to put it down. Ball back to the Pride. So Maddie Rowe handling the serve now for the Pride. They've tied it up at 4 apiece. First set still. Backline handles it for the Pioneers. They bump, they set. The spike is more of a tip over. It's going to give the Pride a chance. Oh, whistle blown. Pioneers in the net. Okay. So that's going to be a point to the Pride. They lead 5-4. Here it comes. Deep serve, good pass. Set outside for the Pioneers, blocked at the net. Pioneers able to control. They try and tip it over, and they do. That was on the second hit. The setter for the Pioneers, Rachel Dossett, was able to just send it over right into that middle zone, which is, as I called it last night, that's no man's land out here on a volleyball court. There's just never anyone there as everyone's kind of spreading out to cover the corners and cover short. The middle zone's open. So the Pioneers tied up at 5. Now that's going to be an ace. McKenna Webster with the serve, able to score the ace as it was not returnable. Webster serve again. This time handled clean. Good pass. Good set. Set at the middle. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds. Not able to get underneath of it was Gracie Myers. So Chambers credited with the kill. Ties us up at 6 apiece. Chambers serves. Taken by the Pioneers. Good pass. Oh, the set was not so great. And that's going to be a point for the Pride. The set goes into the net. No one could get underneath it to hit it over. Another very short serve. Over on one hit. Oh, now Clarke wasn't able to handle that. So they knock it into the net. That gets the ball back to the Pioneers at 7 apiece in the first set. Bunkova with the serve. On its way. Ooh, a low serve, but they get underneath it. Good swing, and that's a kill. Casey Davis was able to knock one down. Very back and forth. You get a point, we get a point. You get a point, we get a point. So Talbot with the serve for the Pride. On its way. Sends it short. Handled by the front line. They go 10. Out of bounds it goes. So point to the Pride. It was a good swing by Megan Alexander, but just couldn't keep it quite in bounds. Talbot serve on the way. Short again. Taken by the Pioneers. It's over on one hit. And spiked back down on one hit by Clarke. The head coach for the Pioneers in her first year, getting the back line to scoot up a little bit so they don't have to dive at this serve, which is very short. They're perfectly placed. A good bump, a good set. Oh, but the kill is long. Going to be point to the Pride. Now the head coach of the Pioneers wanting to have a word. So the two officials coming together at the net from up here. It definitely looked long. Oh. Okay, they've reversed the call. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but that's a fortuitous turn of event. Oh, they're saying it didn't land out of bounds. It was touched by a Pride player. I couldn't see that from up here. So the Pioneers with the ball back, trailing by 2. And now Clarke gets it right back. Little tip over the front of the net, gets it over the blockers. And it falls to the deck. So again, here in the first set, it's 11-8. We're using our key motion cameras today, so hopefully you like how this looks. It's a new technology for us, so we're still getting this down. But yeah, it's called key motion. There's a block. Pioneers chasing, and no one can come up with it. Point to Clarke. Yeah, it's a new camera, so if you want to let us know if you like it, you can always send us a tweet at MNU_PSN for the Pioneer Sports Network, PSN. So at MNU_PSN. Let us know if you like it. Clarke with a good swing, handled by the Pioneers. Good dig. They get the set. Not much mustard on that spike, so Clarke's going to have a good chance. And they had no problem with it. Megan Pressgrove with the kill. She's swinging left-handed too, so she's a southpaw. Just always comes off a little differently. Different spin, different movement on a left-handed. Pioneers trying to get something going. They're able to get one. Still, oh geez, into the stands. Wow. Calvert credited with the kill for the Pioneers, but credit on the other side of Talbot, who was going head first into the stands, trying to chase down that second hit. That was good hustle on her part. Pioneers trailing by 4, 13-9. Oh, and they get the dirty. On the serve, it hits the top of the net and falls. I play sand volleyball. Boy, you hate it when that happens to you. Next serve. This one handled by the Pride. They set it wide. Not much on that spike. The Pioneers handle it. Now they set wide. Dug out. It's at the net. Who's going to get it? A tip. Ball in the air for the Pioneers. They send it over on the third hit. The Pride with a chance. And they're able to spike it down. Schrader gets the kill. Calvert just not quite able to get underneath of it. Now serving is Casey Davis. Pioneers, good pass, good set. Ooh, good spike by Aliano, but kept alive by the Pride. They're not going to get a great chance on this, but they get it over on 3 hits. Pioneers with another chance. They go for the tip. Kept alive by Talbot. Now third hit again. Uh-oh. Pioneers chasing. It's up. Oh, not able to chase it down. Good hustle by both sides. Both MNU and Clarke played well on that volley. A lot of running. It's not a big court. You don't expect to have to run that much. Now, Pioneers want to talk this over, so they call their first timeout of the set. It is 15-10 in favor of Clarke. Oh, I see a tweet has come in. All right, well, Pioneer Sports Network has a new follower. If you're listening, let us know if you like the camera. Kind of assuming that's why you added us. I'm sure it could just be the magical tones of my voice. Maybe it's that. We're totally going to go with that. All right, Clarke University using every bit of that timeout. Clock reaches zeros, and they're heading back onto the court. Again, they just need 10 more points to call this first set theirs. Serves on the way, handled by the Pioneers. Set goes to Roth. Handled by the Pride. They're going to have a chance. Backline spike and not handled clean by the Pioneers. Out of bounds it goes. Able to get a piece of it was Courtney Hansen, but not enough to keep the ball alive. The Pride trying to pull away in the later stages of the first set. Handled again. This is going to be right at the net. It's very tight. Great job by the Pioneers, but another good job by Clarke. They keep it alive. Big swing. Handled by the Pioneers. They get the set. They go wide. Ball tipped around. Controlled by Clarke. Now a great dig by the Pioneers. Knocked high in the air. Aliano with the spike. Handled by Clarke. Clarke gets it over on the second one. Pioneers are ready for that. And there, finally, with the kill shot that drops was Roth. Roth hit it right into the teeth of the blockers, and it goes off of their arms and falls to the ground. That was probably the best volley we've had today from MNU and Clarke. Pioneers trying to claw back into this, trailing by 5. Here's the tip, kept alive by the Pioneers. They're going to have a chance here. Roth tied on the net, knocks it over. Not much pepper on it. Clarke has a chance. Swing, blocked at the line. And so, point to Clarke. Clarke able to spike it. The Pioneers got more than a piece of it with the blockers, but it falls out of bounds. And serve on the way. Taking the Pioneers. Set it at the front. Goes off the fingertips of the blockers. Oh, great dig by the Pioneers. They're keeping it alive. They send it across. Handled by Clarke. They're going to have a chance right here. Oh, another great one by Webster, but this time it goes out of bounds. I tell you, Webster's reaction time is great. She is all over the place. And that one, though, another leaping effort. It was just out of reach of a teammate. Ball sent over short this time. Webster with it. They set. Tight on the net. Clarke able to handle it. They get a better swing. Blocked at the net by the Pioneers. Over it goes. Oh, my goodness. It's just a lot of action at the net. Pioneers. Oh, Pioneers set. I was going to say was not where it needed to be. So all the Pioneers could do is try and tip it over. And out of bounds it went. Pioneers trailing by 8. It is 19-11 here in the first set, and they use their second timeout. Cross-country team for MNU is down in Joplin, Missouri right now. Doing their thing. Actually, they're running right now as we speak. You know, at 1 o'clock this afternoon, the football team is playing over at the Olathe District Activity Center. So if you have time, make sure you get down there, watch the football team. Or if you just can't get enough of listening to me, turn the Pioneer Sports Network back on, because I'll be calling the football game. Hooray. Getting strange looks from my daughters who are taking in the volleyball action this morning. Both teams using every bit of this timeout. 10 seconds remaining. Now they're breaking their huddles. I guess I got a little spoiled last night. The timeouts. People were walking in. We're walking out of the timeout after about 20 seconds. They were ready to get back on the floor. Not this morning. Both teams using every bit. Here's the serve. It's short, handled by the Pioneers. Oh, geez, boy, they missed the spike, but good backup by Bonkova. Was able to get it over. Good swing by Clarke. Pioneers handle it. Webster with the set. Bonkova with the spike. Taken by Clarke. They're going to get a good swing on this one. Woo! Up and down it goes. Kelsey Chambers. Kill shot. Hits back left corner. Okay, I'm going to take a quick second because we got a tweet. And it is from Maui. Wow, we got someone watching in Maui. I love it. Thank you so much for helping us out. Says that they like the camera angle. Also said they like my voice too, but I mean, who doesn't? Probably a long list, actually. But let's see. Christy, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will let them know you like the camera angle, so that's super cool. First feedback we've gotten on this. And I can't see it. I don't have a screen up here, so I actually can't see what our camera feed looks like. All right, Pioneers with the serve. On its way. Trying to come back into this set. Little tip shot by Clarke. Handled by the Pioneers. They send it over on the second hit. Now they're going to have a good swing. Will Clarke, the Pride, center cross. Webster digs it out. Now kind of a backline spike. Pioneers just trying to stay alive right now. And they got a great block at the net, but it goes out of bounds. I'll tell you, last night those were falling inbounds for us. Tonight, though, out of bounds they're going. That is just the way the ball bounces sometimes. Maddie Rose going to take the serve for Clarke. And it's on the way. Ooh, chases the back line deep. They're able to handle it. Good set. They set outside. See, it was a good swing. Oh, but now here's a spike on the second hit. Clarke now being unpredictable. They sent it up to the setter, which is kind of your standard volleyball. But the setter just turned around, rotated on it, and spiked it right down on the Pioneers. Good play by Clarke. Pioneers with a chance. They go outside. Big swing. And, they're going to say in the net. No, or they've said it was out of bounds. Looked like, I think she was in the net. The PA guy said out of bounds, but I'm pretty sure she was in the net. Webster handles it. Oh, Pioneers now trying to sneak it over on the second hit. Sets Clarke up, though. They weren't able to capitalize. Pioneers with it. Big swing. Handled again. Blocked at the net by the Pioneers. This time it's kept alive by Clarke. Blocked again at the net by the Pioneers. Kept alive by Clarke. Developing theme. Pioneers, a good pass. Good set. Big swing. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds. Now, if we had instant replay, I think Casey Davis would want to look at that and say, you know what, shouldn't have made an effort on that. Looks like it was going to be out of bounds. But Casey Davis hits it, and it sails to the back wall. So, point to the Pioneers, who are trailing by 10. 23-13. Pioneers have Webster for the serve. Oh, and there's a kill shot. Well, so much for that rally. Kelsey Chambers puts that to rest. So there's now set point for the Pride at 24-13. Serve is on its way. Handled by the Pioneers. They got a good set. Oh, and it's blocked at the net and sent back. So that's going to do it for the first set. All right, both teams are going to switch sides. We have 3 minutes. We'll be right back in about 2.5. Okay, we have about 50 seconds left. Here after our first set is now complete. 1-0 in favor of the Clarke University Pride. And Pioneers won in 3 sets last night. Well, 3-0. Had a very good showing. Trailing by 1 set here. A lot of volleyball left. I will let you guys know. All right, so it's 11:30 now. The football game does kick off at 1 o'clock, and it is down the road at the Olathe District Activity Center. If this goes to a 5th set, there is a slim chance that we have to abandon this broadcast to get the equipment down for football. So I will let you know if that happens. Hopefully we don't run into time, but let's get going. Come on, officials. Come on, clock. I want to see this through to the end, but if we have to go, we have to go. They need the equipment down at football. All right, both teams back on the floor. We're ready to start the second set. The Pride will begin with the serve, which in this rally scoring environment is not the most critical thing in the world. Pioneers get the first point. Calvert had a good swing, sent it across, and it was handled by the Pride. They sent it close to the net. Calvert put it right back down again. 1-0 Pioneers. Serving for the Pioneers is Daly. Daly sends it. It's at the net. 50-50 ball and handled by the Pioneers. Yep. So Cooksley tried to send it over, and Calvert blocked it and put it right down behind her. Cooksley had no idea where that ball was. Pioneer serve. Handle tight again on the net. This time both sides play it clean. Good pass by the Pioneers. The good set. Blocked at the net. Kept alive. And sent over. Pioneers, good hustle. Now they got to scramble to get back to position. Outside swing. Take it again. Webster able to handle that one. Roth with a chance. Sends it. Goes to the back corner. Kept alive. Kept alive again. Pride are going to be able to return. Pioneers, a good pass. Good set at the front of the net. Spike down, but handled by the back line. Here's a tip. Oh, and the Pioneers couldn't quite get it over on 4 hits. That was a good volley, both sides.
Schrader with the kill. Point, Clarke. Davis, survey.
Assistant coach for the Pioneers is all animated about something over there. Had a few people flying around, but no grave mental mistakes. Pioneers now tipping it over, handled by the front line. Oh, Pioneers in trouble now. The kill shot from the back line came over from Randy Hafner. And the Pioneers just couldn't get underneath of it. So much happening on volleyball. Good pass, good set. Swing, and that's going to be a point for the Pioneers. Aliano able to put one down. All right, so with that, the Pioneers up by 1 at 3-2 here in the second set. And she sends it. Low serve, handled by the Pride. They set it outside, big swing, and down it goes. Chambers credited for the kill. I tell you, there's just times you can see that swing. You know it's going to be devastating. That was one of them, and that was off a great set. Pioneers haven't gotten those devastating swings tonight. They had them last night. Tonight, did you see they're just a little off? Not tonight, today, this morning. Maybe they haven't had their coffee yet. I've only gotten 1 cup down me. So there's a block by the Pride. Point for the Pride. They now take over in the lead, 4-3. That's a short serve handled by the front line of the Pioneers. They send it over on 3 hits. Now they try to get sneaky to Clarke. They were trying to tip it right over on the second hit, but it goes into the net and falls down to the deck. So point to the Pioneers to tie it up at 4. Matthews is going to serve. I see what you're trying to do there. Savannah Matthews sends it across. Ooh, not handled clean, and down it goes. That's an ace.
Matthews with the ace. Point, MNU.
Uno, dos, tres, say what? So what? Ace? Ha-ha. Learned something from my sand volleyball playing. Matthews again sends it over. This time handled by the Pride. Good set. Big swing, and down it goes. Megan Pressgrove with the kill.
Point, Clarke.
Oh, that was neat. The PA announcer and I said that together. Oh. Now, the side judge over by the bench is very finicky about his substituting. So that caused the delay as he was letting Clarke know they did not do it to his liking. Here's the serve by Clarke. Handled by the Pioneers. Oh, nicely done. It was a good pass. And then credit to the front line. That was Gracie Myers who set it perfectly for the kill shot. And Crossland just put her down. And now we're having another issue with our substituting official. Okay, now he's good. Go, team, go. So Roth with the serve. Sends it. Ooh, not handled clean. And that's 4 hits. So Roth will get the ace. They bounced it around a little bit, but it never got close to going back over the net. Now Clarke wants to talk things over here in the second set. They call a timeout. It is 7-5 in favor of the Pioneers here in the second set.
For their showdown against William Penn University. They are currently 2-1 as they prepare to welcome Peru State College today for a 1 p.m. kickoff at Olathe District Activity Center.
So yeah, as the PA announcer said, Peru State College coming in for the football game this afternoon. They are 0-3. Your Pioneers are 2-1. So, barring a big letdown, hopefully the Pioneers can lead today at 3-1, and that would be a good look on them. 3-1 football team is not bad at all. But still got to play the game. Should be a fun one. Chance of rain here in Olathe, so that would make it an even more fun football game. Doesn't matter to me. I get to be in a covered box, so it can rain all at once. No storms, though. Storms, no bueno. Let's just keep it at rain and make the football game interesting. Pioneers, of course, have a strong run game. So in bad weather, if you have a good running back, which we do, then I like your chances. 5 seconds left in the timeout, because you're probably already tired of listening to me talk about football. And here we go. Pioneers on the court. They are awaiting the Pride to join them. Roth still with the serve. On its way. It's a good bump, good set. They're going to have a good swing. Oh, but into the net. That was if this were tennis, that would be an unforced error. Taylor Smith just didn't get what you wanted on that and hit it into the net. So the Pioneers trying to run away here with the second set. They're up 8-5. And again, the Pride have already used one of their 2 timeouts. Roth, next serve. It's going to be tied on the net. Good set. Spike handled by Webster. Pioneers are going to have a shot. They set it to Roth on the back line. Tipped at the net, but kept alive by the Pride. They set it wide. Blocked by the Pioneers. Everyone's scrambling. Someone's got to send this back over, and they do. Now everyone can get reset. The Pride try and send it over, and they do. The Pride on the second hit, the setter, instead of setting a player, just tips it over the net, and down it goes.
Chambers, serving.
So a little trickeration as we call it. And now here's the serve into the net. Kelsey Chambers. You can just see when she threw the ball in the air. I think her feet, like her, you know how you have the pattern the way you step, and I think her footwork was off. It just looked off from the moment her feet started moving. Webster with the serve. Sends it to the back right corner. Here come the Pride. They send it over, handled by the Pioneers. Now they set to the side. Handled by the back line of Clarke. We got it tied on the net. They trip. Webster on it. Here's the set. The kill shot. That's in. They say it out. What? That looked in to me. How about you two? Yeah, both my daughters thought it was in. Huh. All right, well, point to Clarke, I suppose. Short serve. And sent back. Ooh. Pioneers had to get underneath it, pop it in the air, and it was just right at the net. And so kind of coming over the top of the net and just putting it right down was Sirianni. 9-8 Pioneers. And it's another one right at the net. But Pioneers able to set it. Good swing and out of bounds it goes. So good. Who did they credit that with? Anyway, the spike was not returnable by Clarke. Out of bounds after their hit. I hope it's making sense to you. I'm confusing myself at this point. Here's a tip attempt by Clarke. Pioneers are on it. Oh, look at that. So the Pioneers just had to kind of send it back over. They had to send a free ball as it is on their third hit. And then Maddie Rowe hit it, and it just kind of spun off of her arms and fell to the deck. I don't know a better way to describe that. Onkova with the serve. Handled better this time. And into the net it goes. Wow. Unforced error. Taylor Smith again hitting it just halfway up the net. Just overswinging. Onkova serving again. Pioneers trying to distance themselves from the Pride. Oh, now here's a kill shot. Not returnable. It's going to be a kill by Davis. Yep, Davis got every bit of that ball. So the Pioneers with the 3-point lead at 12-9 in the second set. Substitutions being made. So officials delaying action for a moment. Now we're ready. On its way. Southpaw serve. Handled by the Pioneers. Blocked at the net, but the Pioneers keep it alive. They're going to try it again. And this time it is to the deck, and that was a heck of an effort by Kelsey Chambers as she goes head over heels after making a dive for that ball, and you could hear some part of her, it looks like she's holding her hand, slid across this wood floor. And I think we all know from grade school how that feels. Pioneers send it over. Good bump, good set. Spike blocked at the net by the Pioneers. The Pride with another chance. Now they go the other side, and this time they're able to get it down. The kill shot falls for Davis. Except I don't think that was Davis with the kill shot. I think it was Cooksley. Now Davis is serving. Pioneers tied on the net and tipped down. That was unfortunate. So a point to Clarke. Pioneers' largest lead has been 4. Now it's 2. Sent over. Handled by Webster. Good pass. Here's the set. They go wide. Roth with it. Blocked at the net. The Pride with a chance, and whoo! No chance after that one. A good set led to a great spike by Chambers. And Clarke is now within 1 of tying this up. On its way. The bump is a little shaky. Set was all right. They get it over. And now right back at her. Blocked at the net. Nope. 4 hits. So that worked out well for the Pioneers. I didn't quite see it from up here. Getting up on the nosebleed in the Bob Euchre seats. Ooh, Pioneers have a chance. Clarke scrambled. They were able to return it. Here's a set. Spike. Long. Oh, no. Okay. They're going to say that it was tipped by a member of the Pride. So point to the Pioneers. It looked long, but I guess it got tipped at the net. Hard to tell. Oh, there's another kill shot. So they're setting it outside to Chambers, and Chambers is feasting right now. Chambers wears 28 in the dark blue. And you'll normally see her at the top of your screen if you're watching. Short serve. Pioneers are on it. Front line handles that serve. They go wide, blocked. Out of bounds it goes, so point to the Pioneers.
Point, Pioneers. Matthews, serving.
Pioneers trying to get that 4-point lead back there at 3. 16-13 in the second set. Savannah Matthews ready to serve. On its way. Handled by the back line. It's a good bump. Good set. They try for the tip, and the Pioneers couldn't get down and recover fast enough. Pressgrove able to tip it past 2 Pioneer blockers.
Rowe, serving.
Substitutions being made, and again, our official over on the far side. Very meticulous about how he likes the substitutions done. All right, Pioneers able to return the serve. They set wide. Handled by the Pride. Blocked at the net, and now it falls to the ground. Pioneers had their chance on that one. The ball falls on the wrong side of the net. Now quickly. Clarke to within 1, 16-15. And now we're going to have to wipe up a little water. Taken care of. All right, Clarke trying to get this tied. They have trailed the whole second set after taking the first set. They go to Roth. Good set. The spike blocked at the net, and the Pioneers couldn't keep it alive. So with that, we're tied up at 16 apiece. The Pride have fought their way back in after trailing by as much as 4 in the second set. And again, early in this set, the Pride were making just a lot of mental mistakes. Unforced errors, as you might call it. Now it's biting the Pioneers as Webster just knocks one off the side of her arm. And Webster been a very steady player today. And now the Pioneers want to talk this over as they're trailing for the first time in the second period. Second period? Second set. Yeah, set. Okay, so if you didn't hear the PA announcer, the next home game for the Pioneers volleyball squad is October 1st, Tuesday, October 1st, against Evangel. So make sure that you come down here to the Bell Family Arena and take the game in for yourself. Pioneer Sports Network will be broadcasting. It will not be me calling the game that night. I'm not sure who's going to handle that duty. But you'll be able to catch the action in some way or another on Tuesday, October 1st. I do a podcast that night, so can't be here. I can't do everything. Tuesday nights are my podcast night. No, I won't tell you what it is, because I'm not going to do a shameless plug, although I was tempted. But it would have been a shameless plug. All right, both teams heading out. This timeout has concluded. Pioneers now trailing by 1 in the second set, 17-16. And the Pride still with serve. Maddie Rose sends it over. Handled by Webster. Big set to Roth. Everyone's scrambling now, and it falls. Kind of going back and forth on the first hit there. And not able to handle it where the Pioneers. It's going to be a point to the Pride. Pioneers trailing by 2. Rose sends it deep. Oh, no, there's an ace, and that was just miscommunication. Both Webster and Daly thought the other one had it, so they both kind of backed away from it. Handled this time by Daly. Roth with a chance. Dug out by the Pride. Their chance blocked at the net. Pioneers scrambling. Someone's got to get it back over. Roth. And dug out over on the other side by Talbot. Wow. Big swing, but handled by the Pioneers. And a whistle blows. Oh, double contact. Man, we had a good volley going, and they called it double contact. And I couldn't tell from up here. Pioneers now trailing by 4. Tied on the net. Pioneers just try a little tip shot and handled by the Pride. They're going to get a big swing on this. Good dig by Webster. They go to Roth. Roth trying to chase them back. Boy, back and forth action. A good volley going. Pioneers with their chance. Front of the net, and it's going to be long. That kill attempt flew. It flowed. It flew well out of bounds. Now MNU wants to talk this over yet again, and they call their second timeout. 21-16 is your score here in the second set. Situation looking pretty dire for the Pioneers. See, I think we've hyped every sport there is to hype here. We know we got football this afternoon. Volleyball's back here October 1st. Cross-country team is in Joplin right now. Both men's and women's soccer are on the road at the moment. I'm not 100% sure where they are, but they will be playing this afternoon on the road. But, as always, you can go to MNUsports.com to get all your Pioneer information, statistics, schedules, results, pictures, words, everything you could possibly want. Ten seconds left in this timeout, as I will stop trying to fill the dead air with my voice. All right, 21-16, second set. The Pride trying to go up 2-0. Maddie Rowe with the serve. All right, here we go. On its way. Into the net. So Rowe's serve falls into the net. Ball back to the Pioneers, trailing by 4, 21-17. See if Roth can get on a run here. And on its way. Off the top of the net, but handled. Pride have a chance. Big swing coming up. Oh, and the Pioneers send it into their own net. Roth not able to handle it clean. So much for that run. 22-17. Second set almost completed. Not in the Pioneers' favor. Serve is on the way, handled by the Pioneers. Not a great bump. Trying to set it better. They're able to get it over on the spike, but not a whole lot of pepper on it. Back and forth. They set it outside to the Pioneers. Tipped at the net, handled by the Pride. Pride are going to have a good chance here. Blocked at the net by the Pioneers. Kept alive by the Pride. They set it back, and now this one off the back wall after being tipped by the Pioneers. So Chambers with the kill makes it 23-17. Clarke in control. Big serve. Handled by the Pioneers. They're going to have to knock it over on this third hit. Free ball. They set. Big swing off of Webster, and out of bounds it goes. Webster not able to keep that one alive. So set point coming up for Clarke. 24-17. Clarke with the ball. Ooh, and out of bounds it goes. That actually sailed long. Webster thought about having a look at it, and thankfully she lets it go. Pioneers down by 6. Match point, so they have to play error-free volleyball if they want to try and take the second set. It's going to be at the net. Sent right back down by the Pioneers. The return on that serve just went right to the net, and able to go up and down on it was Jacqueline Calvert. And now Clarke wants to talk things over. If that was the best set of the night for the Pioneers. Too bad it was Clarke that set them up. Calvert put it down with the aggression. So 24-19 in the second set. As we do our time check on how quick we have to get to football, we still have tons of time. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you the conclusion of this match, which will be an epic comeback by the Pioneers to send everybody home happy. That's what it's gonna be. Right? Right. Pioneers already back onto the floor with 30 seconds left in the timeout. Clarke not in any form of a hurry. Being talked to by their second-year head coach. Let's see, Brendan Paulson. So you have a coach in his second year. Then for the Pioneers, you have a coach in her first. As we have Coach Molly. I'm looking at her last name, and there's no way I'm ever going to attempt it. So, Coach Molly in her first season on the Pioneers bench. All right, Webster with the serve for the Pioneers. On its way. Again, Pioneers are at set point. Well, Clarke really is. Tipped over and down it falls. No! Kept alive by Webster. Tip for the Pioneers, and this one does fall. I can't believe Webster got her hand underneath of that. That was kind of amazing. I honestly thought that had hit the deck. 24-20. Pioneers trying to come back. Still set point for the Pride. Tied on the net. Good set. Big swing, and out of bounds it goes. That's going to be the second set in favor of the Pride. So set 2 goes to the Pride. And as we change sides, we will have 3 minutes, and then we'll be back. All right. 13 seconds left in between sets. Pioneers now trailing by 2. It is 2-0 in flavor. I almost said in flavor again. In favor of Clarke University. I am mixing Clarke and favor together. I just say in claver of Clarke. Yeesh. No, really, I am supposed to talk for a living at times. I know that seems hard to believe. Oy. All right, so if you're watching, you're going to see Clarke is back on the right side of your screen in the dark blue. Pioneers are back on the left side in the white. Ready to get underway. Pioneers need this set to stay alive. Clarke takes this one. It's over. Again, first to get to 3 wins, and it's 2-0. Here we go. Daly's going to serve for the Pioneers. We're ready to get underway. Let's go, Pioneers. Let's get crazy out here. Let's do something. Daly serve on the way. Taken by Clarke. They get the swing, and oh, Daly got a piece of it. Out of bounds it goes, so Daly got the fingertips on it. It's going to be a point to Clarke. I really couldn't tell if Daly should have made an effort on that one or not. If it was out or in, it was going to be close either way. And if it's close, you guess that it's going to be in. So the Pioneers trailing 0-1. Roth with the shot, down the line and out of bounds it sails. So Roth not able to get the Pioneers on the board yet. 2-0 in favor of Clarke. So Clarke sends it into the net. That's one way to break that 0, break the shutout. So a point to the Pioneers, 2-1. Calvert's going to serve for the Pioneers. Calvert serve on the way. It's long. And not a clean pass. Yep, that's an ace. Not a clean pass by Clarke. Pioneers are able to tie it up in the third set. Calvert serve. Pop straight up. Set. Spike on the outside. Say, that was a great play. They actually went cross court. Megan Pressgrove, who's on your near side, hit it all the way down the net to the far side. And it falls. That was good placement. So 3-2 now. Clarke sends the serve over. A good bump, a good set. The spike blocked at the net, but it falls in favor of the Pioneers. Matthews now with the serve, 3-3 in the third set. Well, all threes here. The pass, not able to be handled by anyone. So that's an ace by Matthews. Talbot, who is a backline center right now, struggling a little bit on getting these passes up to her teammates for the set. Matthews now sends it way out of bounds. Way too long. Too much power. Too much power. So that ties it up for the Pride. 4-4. Shot's on its way. Taken. Oh, not a good pass, but kept alive by Roth. Sent across, blocked at the net, still alive. Now Webster sends it over. Pride are going to have a chance to get set up for what they want. Kill shot. Matthews keeps it alive. Sent over by the Pioneers in a good play. Blocked at the net, but out of bounds. That was a good volley. Blocked by the Pioneers, but it falls out of bounds. So that's a point to Clarke. Serve is over, short. Sent back over by the Pioneers on one hit. There's the bump, the set, the spike. And that's going to be off of the blockers for the Pioneers and out of bounds. Now we've got an issue with the net taken care of quickly. Okay. We continue on. The Pride with their largest lead of the third set at 6-4. Pride, another short one. And that's an ace. Say, Maggie Kralski, you never know where her serves are going to go. She's going to serve them long or short, have some crazy spin. Pioneers struggling to get this one over, but they get it over. Bump, set, here's the spike, blocked at the net, but it falls in Pioneer territory. Another point to Clarke. Pioneers searching for answers right now. Right now they got to worry about this serve. Short again, taken. Bump, set, the spike. There we go, out of bounds it sails off of Clarke. So Dossett gets the kill, and the Pioneers get the ball back and get a point. Close the gap to within 3. So Roth now is going to handle serve. Again, trailing 3. Roth serve on its way. Into the net it goes, not able to be returned. So Roth credited with the ace. Roth going to have another one here at 8-6 in favor of the Pride. Handled by the back line. The bump, set, the spike. Tipped the net by the Pioneers. Pioneers keeping it alive. Tip it over on the second hit. Pride trying to get the position they want, and they spike it out of bounds. Too much rotation by Pressgrove, as she spun way too much and sent the ball well to her right. Roth again sends it over. Good set, big swing, blocked at the net by the Pioneers. Kept alive though. Now the Pioneers trying with the dig, and into the stands it goes. It's going to be a point to Clarke. Pressgrove this time was able to put it down. I can read body language pretty well. And the Pioneers don't have the best body language going right now. I think they're feeling a little defeated at this point. Got to get it together and keep playing. There's a spike handled by Clarke. Clarke, they set outside. And this one is down. Out of bounds it goes. So ball back to the Pioneers. Trailing by 1. Assistant coach, I believe it is Kendall Torin. Boy, he is all over him right now. He is seeing something, and he does not like. Now here's a kill shot that falls on the Pioneer side. So Smith with the kill for Clarke. Gets them back to a 2-point lead. Ooh, good serve. Webster couldn't handle it. That serve dropped with the quickness. You could see that all the way from up here. Webster couldn't get underneath of it. On its way, dropped again. This time the Pioneers get underneath. Set outside. Big swing. Off the Clarke defender and out of bounds it goes. Point to the Pioneers. Megan Alexander got everything she wanted on that one. Pioneers trailing by 2. Hanson with the serve. On the way. Good bump, good set. Tipped by the Pioneer defense. Pioneers keeping it alive. They set outside. Blocked at the net. Someone's got to get this over. Both teams a little disjointed on this. Pioneers with the dig, with the set. Set outside. Big swing. Off the blocker and out of bounds it goes. Alexander with another kill shot. Now she's starting to heat up here in the third set. Keep feeding her. Pioneers trail by 1, 11-10. Serve is on the way. Tight on the net. Handled. Big swing. Kept alive. Pioneers are going to have to chase. Kept alive on the second hit. Sent over by Roth. Everyone has to reset. This time, no such luck. Davis with the kill. Out of bounds it goes off the Pioneers. So Talbot's going to serve. Clarke is up by 2 at 12-10. Talbot serve on the way. Short. Handled by the Pioneers. Good bump, good set. Oh, tried to tip it over, and it falls out of bounds. Trying to be tricky, and it didn't drop. 13-10, Clarke. Talbot with the serve. Deep this time. Got the line. Yeah. Got to agree with the official on that one. That definitely looked like it got line. So timeout called by the Pioneers as they want to talk things over. We'll be back in a minute 10. I'm going to take a moment to wet my whistle. All this talking dries you out. It's weird. Be right back. All right, here we go. 10 seconds left in the timeout. Pioneers trailing by 4. Clarke up 14-10. They have the serve. Good serve by Talbot, handled by Webster. Pioneers are going to have a good chance here. Blocked at the net, but kept alive. And now blocked at the net for the Pioneers, and it falls on the Pride side. So that's going to be point Pioneers. So I couldn't tell if, actually they're saying it was into the net. I couldn't tell if we got a piece of that block or not. But no, they spiked it into the net, so point to the Pioneers. Pride have a chance, kept alive by Webster. They set it outside, cross court, spike handled by the Pride. Their spike. Out of bounds. Well, nope. They're going to say it was not out of bounds. We had two officials point in different directions. Okay, it's what I originally thought. Point to the Pioneers. They trail by 2. Now Clarke wasn't able to handle that clean, but they were able to get it over. Pioneers with a chance, and that kill is a good one. And so Calvert gets the Pioneers to within 1, 14-13. Serve is on its way. Taken by the back line of the Pride. They set outside. Webster able to handle that spike. Pioneers going to have to send this back over. Roth with a shot. Dug out. Now put down, but out of bounds. Pioneers able to tie it up. It was a good kill shot by the Pride, but out of bounds it sails. Here's a kill, dug out by the Pioneers. They set it to Roth. Big swing by Roth, and it's good. Pioneers back on top. Kayla Daly has a heck of a run going. See if she can keep it up. 15-14. The Pioneers take the lead here in the third set. Good set. Going for the tip, and down it goes. Just able to find that dead zone where there were no defenders. And Schrader puts it down. That ties it up. So the Pride tie it up at 15. Here we go. It's the race for 10 more points. Webster handles it for the Pioneers. They set to Roth outside. Her spike is long. So that's a point to the Pride. And served by the Pride. Short, handled by the Pioneers. And good dig on the other side by the Pride. Swing at the net. Dug out by the Pioneers. Roth got it. Roth now going to try and spike it the other way. Handled by the Pride. Good set. There's spike. Blocked at the net. Pioneers all over it. Webster sends it straight up. Who's going to get there? Pioneers spike it over. Handled again. Blocked at the net. Kept alive. Pioneers got to get this over, and they do. They set backwards, and that kill shot out of bounds. There's no way I was going to keep up with all that action. Pressgrove tried for the kill, but it goes out of bounds. 16-16 here in the third set. The shot is on the way. Not a good pass. They go for a set. Send it all the way up. Spike, and it's down. Ooh, making it look easy was Megan Pressgrove. Pioneers couldn't quite get two blockers over to her, so she just found the hole in the defense. Served by the Pride. A bump, set, spike, blocked at the net, and it falls down. Point to the Pioneers. So Aliano credited with that kill. And off of the blocker and out of bounds it falls. 17 all. Matthews sends it across. It's going to be right at the net. Ooh. Now off of the Pioneer blocker and out of bounds. Pressgrove heating up here in the third set. 18-17 in favor of the Pride. So what, Chorosky, I think they said? It's a difficult name to say. She had that great run for the Pride last time. See if the Pioneers can get her out of the serve box. Now we've got a whistle. They're going to call 4 hits on the Pioneers.
4 hits by the Pioneers.
Huh. Okay. Again, one of those things I couldn't quite tell from up here. Serve this time. Jarowski. Pioneers have it. They go to Roth. Big swing by Roth. Tipped at the net, kept alive by the Pride. Oh, man, now the Pride were able to get it off of the blockers for the Pioneers, and out of bounds it goes. So Chambers credited for the kill. Now it's 20-17. Pioneers in absolute danger zone at this point. 5 points away from this match being over. Woo! Taking care of some business now was Dossett. That was just bump, set, spike. There was nothing flashy or fancy about it. Pioneers just got it done, and Dossett put it down. So Roth now is going to handle the serve. Pioneers trailing by 2. Handled by the back line. Good bump, good set. Blocked at the net by the Pioneers, but it falls out of bounds. Pioneers did well to block Pressgrove, but again, it falls out of bounds. Now they're taking Pressgrove out for a moment. See when they check her back in. Kind of surprised as she's been quite their offensive weapon in the third set. There's the serve. Low serve, handled by the Pioneers. They set it wide. Big swing, and it's down. Point Pioneers. Megan Alexander with a great kill shot. Webster's going to serve for the Pioneers as they still trail by 2. 21-19. On its way. Good bump, good set. The spike. It was in. Now, how could she tell that? She turned her head so she wouldn't get hit in the face. I'm only giving her a hard time. I would have turned my head too. So 22-19. Clarke on top. There's a serve, long. Pioneers get the ball back. So Hanson's going to serve. 22-20. Pioneers trying to take this set. Keep the game alive. Hanson serve, handled by Talbot. Not quite the swing that they wanted, so the Pioneers now have a chance. A whistle blown. Double contact. Man. It's unfortunate timing. So the Pioneers call a timeout as they're 2 points away from this match being over. As Clarke, already leading 2-0, is ahead 23-20 here in the third and potentially final set. Okay, so Tuesday coming up, the volleyball squad travels down to Baker University. So they'll be on the road. They'll be down in Baldwin City, Kansas for that contest against the vaunted rivals, the Baker Bears, Baker Bobcats, Baker Wildcats, Baker Bakers? I don't remember what they are. They're an animal of some sort. During basketball, I get in trouble every year for making fun of Baker. But, yeah, it's a rival. What are you going to do? If you're Chiefs fans, do you speak nicely about the Raiders? No. And I really am blanking. No, Wildcats. I think they're the Baker Wildcats. I think it's Wildcats. I think that's right. All right, but the Pioneers having difficulty with the Pride right now. They're just 2 points away from being done. Serve handled by Webster. They send it wide. The spike, that's going to be a mile out. Yikes. Aliano couldn't keep it under control, and away it goes. It's now match point for Clarke University. There we go. Talbot serving for the match. Good serve, handled by Webster. They get the set, and now the Pioneers drop it in. That was a great play by Calvert. Instead of just going for the big swing, Calvert elevated and just placed it. Placed the ball back right corner where there was no one. 24-21. Pioneers have to play error-free. Good bump, good set. Here comes the spike. Blocked at the net. Sent back over by the Pioneers on the first hit. And now the setter does the dirty and drops it in on the Pioneers. So the match is over. The Pride have taken it 3-0. Sadness falls throughout the land. But yay, the sun is shining as now we're all heading off to football. I don't know if the sun's actually shining. It's probably still cloudy outside. But thank you all very much for joining us. Again, the Pioneers will play Tuesday evening at Baker University. And then they're back here on Tuesday, October 1st against Evangel. So we go see you then here on the Pioneer Sports Network. My name is Kyle Walker. Been my pleasure as always. Have a great rest of your weekend. And if you are joining us for football, let me move the equipment. You'll hear my sparkling voice again in 40 minutes. So we'll see you guys from the Olathe District Activity Center. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you soon.